Rocket Ethereal here. I'm back with Rogue Legacy in my quest to get good or die trying. You're going to notice that the starting screen here is a little bit different, as it's saying choose your heir plus, which is indicative of the fact that I have beaten the game for the first time. In fact, if you look closely, you can see a little render of my knight character standing triumphantly at the top of the tower, basking in the glory of the sun. So, in New Game Plus, everything is significantly more difficult. I'm going to show you exactly how that is, but first let's just go over the things that I've unlocked and some of the things I've learned. I've unlocked every single upgrade. Unfortunately, I'm not able to show you the different classes here because all three of my offspring options are Archmage, which is a pretty good class. But I can show you the upgrade tree here. So as you can see, I've gotten at least one of everything. And it turns out that once you've gotten everything on this screen at least once, you can move up to the top. You see this little flagpole above? Boom. There's this upgrade hiding behind the last upgrade, and this upgrade will unlock the Dragon class, which has unlimited flight to replace their jumping. And they have swiftly regenerating mana, which allows you to fire fireballs. It's kind of a glass cannon though, and I don't care a whole lot for glass cannons, so I haven't really been messing with that. In terms of equipment, you can see I'm wearing completely different gear than I was last time. I have unlocked quite a bit, but the thing is, before you enter New Game Plus, you can only get the first 9 recipes, so those first 3 columns of gear. And once you beat the game the first time, you unlock the ability to find the other recipes in chests in the castle. Then over at the Enchantress, we can see that I've unlocked almost every single rune. And most of this stuff is regenerate health on kill, with a little bit of mana regeneration. And then I've got a double jump and a... well, I thought I had a flight rune. I must have replaced the flight rune with something else. It doesn't matter. Sharon is still here waiting as usual because, in reality, very little has changed other than the increased difficulty of all enemies across the entire castle. Now, the way in which the enemies increase in difficulty is they're upgraded to their next type up. So, you know, there's multiple incarnations of single enemies. You definitely saw, for example, the zombies from the first video, but wow, what is going on? There must be an enemy dying to spikes elsewhere. But obviously that zombie was tougher, it was colored differently, it was a bit larger, and it was faster. And that's the kind of thing that I'm going to be encountering with all enemies now that I have beaten the game once. You can see I am being rewarded with health and mana after every kill, which is, oh my goodness, it's just so good. There's very little reason, I feel, to take other runes, just because of how effective the regeneration runes are. I hate these upgraded eyeballs, they are the bane of my existence. The upgraded fireballs are a huge pain because they will charge at me on occasion, and they are also significantly faster. And then there is the shotgun style flame lock. This is what New Game Plus looks like. It's it's very difficult just because of how scaled up all of the enemies are. The Lich King / Queen is actually my favorite class because it is able to build maximum health up to a cap, and then whenever I wish, I can transfer some of my maximum health into maximum mana, and I can keep doing that until I reach my mana cap. It will unfortunately not let me build mana for all eternity. It's kind of a broken class as is, I feel. You just have to get a little bit of traction going so you get some of that bonus health, and then you're practically unstoppable. Now, I did already beat the first boss. However, nothing changed about him. He just had increased health and, I assume, increased damage. He's a pretty easy boss when you have a double jump, so he didn't really hit me a lot. Oh, there's a mini boss in here. These guys have increased health too. But their attacks are not changing either. Oh boy. There we go. Stop with the fire. It's so rude. There goes one. And there's the other. Lots of money. All gold value is increased as a result of New Game Plus as well. I believe everything I pick up is worth 50 more gold than usual. I also have a much higher chance of getting diamonds out of chests, and each diamond right now is worth 1,000 gold. Obviously, this run is going much better. I don't regenerate a whole lot of mana on kill, so I kind of have to wait until I'm ready to transfer health to mana before I can spam a spell again. But that's okay. I was mostly just using that to kill the mini-bosses faster. There's a gem. 3,000 gold is what's going to guarantee me a solid upgrade at this point. Upgrades get more expensive with such severity. Oh, dang it. Nope. Nope. I'm kind of scared to think of what the 75th health upgrade level is going to cost me. It's probably going to be pretty severe. I hate these idols. Most obnoxious early enemy, period. There is nothing worse than those things. One is not bad on its own, but its position and the enemies around it are what determine how difficult it is. Oh, I screwed up the pogo. There we go. There we go. Oh, shoot. I didn't see the spikes there. Now, there has been one occasion already in which I have literally been unable to progress through the layout the castle has given me. One of these big Grey Baron Knights was standing at the bottom of a room, and the bottom of the room was the only entrance. It was standing right on top of the skinny platform through which I had to go to enter the room, and it dealt over 100 damage to me, which meant I was just going to die. There was nothing else I could do about that run. Oh, that was not good. Oh, man. These things are the second worst. The fireballs, I hate these things. You can be put in some delicate situations, and those things will just disregard that delicate situation. I'm doing somewhat solidly, but I'm not... Gosh darn it. I'm not regenerating health fast enough to make up for the health I am losing. These things are also much worse, just because they have a lot more health. The projectiles that they fire are pretty easy to avoid. You just have to actually watch for them to fire off. They still have, you know, that minimum turn rate, so I can just kind of stand inside the circle of their movements and not worry about getting hit. Let's see here. Almost gone through the entire first portion this time. Oh man, this is probably a mini boss. I have, like, no health. Yup, it is. But I had some mana. This is the one mini-boss I haven't actually beaten yet. So I've only actually encountered it once. Oh my gosh, I almost had it! Ugh, it's such a rare spawn. And I know there's an achievement for beating it as well. That should give you a pretty good idea of what I'm up against in this New Game Plus, though. It's going to be a very long grind. It's going to be very tedious. There's going to be a lot of gold farming, and I'm not too excited about that. But I do already pretty much know the game in and out, so it's just a matter of doing the farming, seeing how much skill I can increase, and then tackling the special challenges that will show up later. You see, I can't just beat the game on New Game Plus. There's actually a bit more to that. There are 4 special items that I have a chance of getting from prayer rooms called obols, and each of these obols corresponds to one of the 4 main bosses. When I try to enter the castle, Sharon will take the obol, and he will permanently unlock a remix version of the boss that I picked up the obol for. And that remix version is a pre-arranged fight in a special arena with some different properties and a specific hero. So, say a barbarian king who has 450 health and is able to use his knockback shout 5 times against a particular boss. And those are actually the most difficult challenges in the game, not the part where I beat New Game Plus. So this is kind of just me continuing to try to get better at the game in preparation to deal with those, because they are definitely going to come last. Until then, this is Rocket Ethereal, signing off.